Well, good day, all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Tuesday, and we're at the 4th of June, 2024, 6:50 p.m. Central Time. You know, the metals have had a washout phase. Over the past week, they have certainly come down. Copper particularly got up to near the 520 level, pushing now into the 454. We see a lot of support coming into this market in the mid 440s, so that's one area. If that were to give ground and you closed under the 440 level, the next objective is 428, but I think you're getting close. Dollar neutral. Be careful in currencies. Over the next 2 days, you have the Bank of Canada coming in. We'll find out what they're going to do. The market leans to them making a cut, but it's not a done deal. The European Central Bank on Thursday, that looks like more of a deal. And then we get on Friday the U.S. jobs report. Now, for tomorrow, what you're going to get is you get the Mortgage Bankers Association coming out at 6. ADP private job numbers, they're going to come out in the morning at 7:15. S&P Global released their final May service sector PMIs. The word final means they're just adjusting what we had at mid-month. ISM data will come out with the U.S. service sector indices for May at 9 o'clock. That'll be an important number. Petroleum stocks 9:30, and in the morning we'll be getting the Bank of Canada. Now, today what you did have is the JOLTS number, and I'll discuss that and the impact it had on stock indices when we get to the financial markets. Let's finish up with the metals right here. For the week, it doesn't feel like it, I know, but on a weekly chart, the market is up 0.11%. The market has come down, and we have this pattern here where if it leaks from here, then the market goes to another level, and probably you could end up back here into that support zone if this whole area, which is really bordered by from here, let's call it from that right there. You see that 2300 zone? That's what you're fighting with. The market has a pattern of lower highs, lower lows, bearish. The market has been fighting a battle at the 18-day average of closes, which is where I view the resistance at. Any move now over and above on a close, especially 2387.5 would be a pretty good indicator that gold's trying to find its footing here to stop these declines. If it lets go, the reason I said back down at that number, I think you can see where the Bollinger Band comes in with all this. So I didn't just make it up. It's right there. And you can see why the 2316 level, which is $30 away, could be important. But you are oversold. This is why I'm bringing up, if it can pop back up, it doesn't have to finish off to the Bollinger Band. I have been pointing out, and I said it, I think it was last week, and began saying it again yesterday. This is the time of year where silver normally declines. The month of June is often a down month. And you can see silver is losing to the gold market. And when we come to silver, it's in a clean downtrend. Unlike gold, lower highs, lower lows, 2,800 levels, a possibility. You're already oversold. Whenever I see a market's already oversold, it either is going to embed, but if it doesn't, you're sort of selling into a hole in terms of momentum only. Some traders trade just momentum. I know there's breakout theories. In a bull market, you buy new highs. In a bear market, you sell new lows. A lot of people don't get that, but it's been around forever, and it is something that, you pay attention to. This market's in a downtrend. In my opinion, the pros will take a look at the 3056 level, and from where you're at, that's almost 90 cents away as the resistance zone. I don't think I would want to deploy anything if you're oversold on the short side, but if you're not oversold, that's going to be an important resistance area. In the copper market, this is why I'm saying the 447 and then into the 420s if it got through there. So oversold, you're coming here. This is the washout phase, no question. In the futures markets, I have not told anybody to buy the copper. I did wrong in doing so on the ETF. Minor risk, $2 risk, and that's all that it was on a share, and it didn't work out. It's that simple, and that's because of what happened here. Do I think that the copper fundamentals have changed? No. Do I think central banks are going to cut interest rates and create demand down the road? Yes. Do I think it's now? Well, even if they cut the rates now, you won't get sudden demand. And the one factor that the markets pointed out is that China has a lot of ground stockpile of copper. They don't have to go chasing it just yet. Obviously, if their export business is picking up on goods, they will. You have a higher high, lower low. Look in the platinum right here. This was the first market to give you the indication when you look back. When it lost its bullish embedded reading, that ended actually not only for platinum, everything else seemed to fall in line with it. So now the market's objective is 980, 920. We'll see if it can get down there. Last but not least, the dollar has fallen back into the Bollinger Band in black and the green line, which is the 100-day average. Then you have 103.83, which is the 200-day average. You're in a big support area in terms of moving averages. That does not scream go out and buy the market, but it certainly screams going into these central banks that a lot of short covering should be taking place right in that area. And then traders see what the banks do, and then they can put back on their positions one way or the other. That's what I'm expecting to happen, and we'll see what that does for us. Want to remind you, we're going to be writing about all this in the morning. So you get an awful lot. In these reports, we will cover the metal markets. Today, we put out a copper price count chart for everybody so they could see where the market was, and my full research people all saw that coming out. Now, in the grains, if you're a grain trader, every day it's an important day because you're at the point where the farmers now can get their crop insurance. So after June 1st, each day that goes by, in theory, everything's theory, but it's how it works in the reality too. The yield starts dropping if you're planting later than this. And how much of that do you want to take on? Do you switch to beans? Or do you go get the sure money out of the crop insurance, assuming you're in the program? So these are things you want to look at. There's so much more that we write about. The oil market, what's going on there, ethanol, all these markets. IraEpstein.com. You can move your cursor up here as well. Go to free offers if you go on your own to the website. And it's that simple. We'll get you set up. Just sign up what you want in the cart. I'm Ira. You have a good day.